Hello and welcome to the Timeslot. In this program I'll be taking a look at the Speake Marin Piccadilly. The company's eponymous founder Peter Speake Marin started watchmaking aged 17 in the Hackney Technical College in East London. After working as a watch repairer and restorer at a number of different shops, he eventually set up a new workshop at Somlow's Antiques in Piccadilly. The workshop soon gained a reputation for producing amazing results and quickly attracted a lot of work from auction houses and high-end clients wanting a place that would care for some of the world's rarest watches. This was a formative experience for Peter, and when he came to found his own company in 2002, his first series of watches were named for his time in central London and included some of the design cues that he had seen in all of those vintage watches. The watch I have with me today is my personal watch, and I'm lucky enough to have had it for a few years now. It's characterised by strong screwed lugs, large pleated crown, clear dial and very clean lines. The Piccadilly evokes classic English watchmaking. The watches are unusual in that they have enamel dials which, while beautiful and guaranteed not to fade, are expensive to make and have a high failure rate during production. There are two different colours for the dials, white and this one which is a subtle cream. I think this contrasts much better than the white with the blued steel hands. The hands themselves are a work of art. The colour is a very deep blue. The hour hand is terminated in an oversized heart shape, while the minute hand has a subtle pinch in the middle. The second hand is extremely thin, balanced by a disc with the centre cut out slightly off centre. The other main option is the use of either Arabic or, as here, Roman numerals. The strap I have on this is a non-standard one. The original was a black leather, which was very classy, but I think this thicker brown strap works much better for me. The movement of the Piccadilly is a heavily modified ETA movement, where a number of the parts have been replaced by German silver. By taking this approach, the watch should be serviceable for years to come, which is always one of those questions people ask when deciding whether to buy from an independent watch brand. Now, I've had this watch for several years, and it's my everyday one. I do take it off for jobs around the house where it might get damaged, but despite the fact that it's got knocked a few times, it's all held up very well. No scratches to the crystal and no other significant problems. The ETA movement makes the height a bit bigger than the modern Speake Marin watches, but I've never had a problem with the fit under a shirt cuff, and I think this, combined with a relatively small 38mm diameter, gives it the correct proportions. The Piccadilly has an automatic movement, and it's the first time that we see a rotor with the topping tool form. The topping tool is a machine for changing the profile of teeth on a wheel, and though seldom used today, the tools are extremely valuable, so if you see one, I recommend you buy it. The back of the watch has a wide band on which the model and edition number are engraved, and it's under this that the peripheral weight that moves the rotor is held. Fit is excellent, and the kinked lugs make the watch really hug the wrist. If you have a large wrist, I would go with the 42mm version rather than the 38. Peter made a number of different variations of the Piccadilly cases in white and in rose gold. Also a series called Sea and Stone with semi-precious stone dials, a tourbillon watch with a small dial at the 12 o'clock position, and also a quatrième perpetuelle. Over the years I've had nothing but compliments about this watch. It may not have an outlandish aesthetic, but the calm simplicity and solid design seems to be what draws the comments. And if I was willing to part with it, which I'm not, I could have sold it several times over. There's no real second-hand market for Speake Marin. A few have come up for sale on eBay and TimeZone, and while they do sell at a slight discount, prices have remained strong. And I think this is because people buy them and just don't want to sell them. If you want a watch that's smart enough to wear every day in the office as well as a night out, a Speake Marin is a good choice. On the cachet side, while they may be becoming increasingly popular, you're unlikely to see another one in the wild, so to speak. That is, unless you hang out at the sort of watch events that I do and most people try and avoid. So you'll certainly stand out from the crowd. We're in range in a few weeks' time, so look out for that. For now, this is the Timeslot. I'm Ian Ellery.